Who's got the power?
We got the power!
What kind of power?
Union power!
My name is Stephen Lockwood, and I'm the senior registrar at the museum. I'm also on the negotiations team with management. We just got back to the table yesterday after not seeing each other for 4 months. We've been in contract negotiations for over a year. You know, the issues basically are the issues that everyone faces: affordable health care, you know, a decent retirement plan, and our wage structure, basically.
And they're saying they don't have enough money to make it in. First of all, what do they want back from you?
What do they want back from us? You know, there's about 30 provisions in the contract, and there must be 15 changes that they want, basically that takes back, you know, good language for employees.
Such as?
You know, things like being paid overtime if you're working on holidays, that kind of thing. But also they've proposed basically a two-tiered wage system, which would
for doing the same work.
For doing the same work. So new workers would make a lot less than existing workers, and so we feel like that's really basically trying to break up our union, and so we don't want that.
So they're trying to pit one group against a younger group.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they say that they don't have any money. Is there a money problem?
What kind of power?
No, they're not saying there's a money problem, which is interesting. Most organizations have money problems, and they're not saying that they have a money problem.
And who is on this board?
The chairman is Dee Dee Wilsey, and the board is
These poor people?
Dee Dee Wilsey is the board person. Yeah, she's the president of the board, and there are about 24 members from around the Bay Area, mostly in San Francisco.
Are most of the millionaires on the board?
A lot of them are. A lot of them are.
Are there any labor representatives on the board?
You know, there used to be. I'm not sure if there are anymore, though. I'm not sure.
And what do you intend to do tonight?
We just want to show management that we're interested in settling this contract and getting a decent contract, basically. So we've asked our members to come out. We've asked city workers and other people in our union from the community to show support for us.
And solidarity is what you're asking for.
Support and solidarity, obviously.
You're not going to give up.
We are not going to give up until we get a good contract.
How long have you been negotiating for a contract?
Over a year.
So you're working without a contract now?
We are.
We're nonprofit workers. We're not making a ton of money anyway. We live in an expensive city. We're skilled workers.
Most of the unions have just settled for 4% earlier this year. So that's, you know, essentially 3 to 4 times what all the other city unions have settled for already.
No peace! No justice! San Francisco's unions out!
Should the workers who work here have good health care?
Yeah!
Affordable?
Yeah!
Reasonable?
Yeah!
Be able to take care of their families?
Yeah!
Should their wages be cut?
No!
As a worker who works at Laguna Honda Hospital, health care is important to me. It's important to my family, and I know it's important to my brothers and sisters here.
My name is Stephen Lockwood. I'm one of the negotiators for the contract. The next person I'd like to introduce is T.C. Stevenson. He's an actual worker at the museum who actually builds the exhibits, moves the art. He has a very important job. He's one of my friends for over 10 years, T.C. Stevenson.
My name is T.C. Stevenson, and I work here. I'm a technician, along with about 12 other guys. We install the shows, we build the backdrops, the pedestals. We kind of make the shows work. And I just want to thank everybody for coming out, because like Steve said, there's not very many of us, so thank all y'all for coming out. And all we really want is a contract. We want a contract now, and we just want our health care to stay as it is. We're not asking for much, and we don't want this two-tiered pay system that's going to be divisive in every department, or in the department that it affects. So those are the only things that we're trying to get out of this contract. I don't think that's unreasonable. And one other thing I could say that made me management doesn't consider is that in the department that I work in, there's very low morale because people just don't feel respected. And I think if things would change, everything would change in our department, and I think that the whole department would run that much better. And really, that's all I really have to say. So thanks for coming out, and we'll keep up the fight.
One is an injury to all. An injury to one is an injury to all.
Shut it down, union.
Shut it down, union.
Justice, union.
Justice.
We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved.
Arrest the CEO. Let the people go. Arrest the CEO. Let the people go. Arrest the CEO. Let the people go. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
I'm here from UHW, SEIU, supporting brothers and sisters in 1021 and the outrageous attack on public sector workers coming down from the city officials in the town is outrageous. And the projection by Brown. We have, a lot of work internally as well to stop the kind of attacks that are coming down on public sector benefits, wages, and retirement.
So you don't think this is an isolated incident?
No, I think we're going to see a lot more of this because people are against the wall. They've had it. It's time to stand up, and this is really great.
100 people that bargain the city contract, and there's 8 of us around the table, and we can't come to an agreement when 50 to 100 people bargain the city contract in literally a month and a half. It's pretty amazing.
But the engineers here, operating engineers, some others, they did agree to abide by the city contract, and they're working for this. So in other words, they accepted the city contract for some employees here.
Yes, absolutely.
Who did they accept the city contract for?
Oh, well, for the guards and for the engineers, and that's pretty much, that's the bulk of the unionized people here, probably over 200 people.
So they're targeting 1021 because they want a two-tier? I mean, is that what it is?
I think they're targeting 1021 our chapter because it's small, and if they get rid of it, then that's one less union that they have to deal with at the museum, basically.
And are you going for strike sanction?
We have that. Yeah, we do. We hope not to have to strike, but we do have that.
Have the other unions said they're going to abide by the picket line?
Yes, absolutely. We want to come to an agreement. Absolutely.
This board of directors that run the museum, it's a private board.
Yes.
But yet they're on city property.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a difficult situation. Like the Legion of Honor building is totally owned by the city. On this one, it's owned by the foundation and leased back to the city for $1 a year or something. It's just slightly different.
So they could force them to negotiate. They could tell them, look, you're on city property, you're going to have to negotiate.
They can definitely put pressure on them, for sure.
The city could.
Yeah.
Has the Board of Supervisors passed a resolution on this?
Not to my knowledge. No. Yeah.
Should they?
If we don't come to an agreement.
Yeah, I'm James Motley, Chief Shop Steward for Local 10-1 SEIU San Francisco. I'm the Chief Shop Steward for Fine Arts Museums chapter. It's a labor dispute. They're not negotiating fair with the techs and the guys that set up the displays. Okay.
You mean the curators?
Well, the curators plus the techs plus the guys that set up the displays.
And what do they want to take away from you, your unit?
Most of it, I think the biggest problem here is health care. The health care problem and also the wages.
Why is it that they've agreed to other union settlement similar to the city, and yet they're taking a hard line against your union?
We don't know what the problem is. That's why we have a dispute, and that's why we hint to action.
In other words, you would agree with what they've already agreed to with the operating engineers and the guards?
Exactly.
Is that a double standard?
It seems like it, doesn't it? It would appear to be so.
And the board of directors of this museum, who do they represent?
They're supposed to represent the museum, all facets of the museum, but it doesn't seem like this type of action here had to be necessary. It shouldn't have been like this.
Are there any labor representatives on the board of directors?
Not at this time. There used to be one, but she's been gone for almost 6 years now.
So they're on city property, though?
Yes,
they're a public facility?
Yes, they are. That's a good point. We're city employees. We have to protect city property. It's in the charter. And
so you're actually city employees?
Yes, we are. The people who are supporting they're nonprofit employees for the nonprofit GoFam.
I see.
Which is the San Francisco Fine Arts Museums.
Is this a way of trying to bust the nonprofit workers and basically lower their scales and conditions?
We believe that's the case.
What do they want to do with them?
They want to get them out of here, I believe. What they're offering, there's no way these people can live on a living wage of what they're offering. Same chapter, but different. They're nonprofit, we're city.
I see.
Yeah.
So shouldn't they all be city? It's the same outfit, isn't it?
I've been here almost 20 years, and it's always been like this since I've been here.
Now, you think that they're doing this because they want to set a trend in San Francisco? I mean, are there...
Oh, of course. Election year might have something to do with it. You know what I mean? And we're determined to keep these guys here. We're determined to get these guys what they want. Especially, it should be fair. The museum has shown a profit the last 5 years.
What's their profit been?
Well, this year I know the profit was $22 million.
They made $22 million?
I believe it's been $22 million. Just from my knowledge, I used to be on the budgeting committee. So
how can they say they don't have any money to pay these benefits? That doesn't add up to $22 million, does it?
That's our point. I guess they want more profits. It's not enough. Is it ever enough? But these guys, in closing, just let me say, these guys are diligent. They're professional. I've known most of these guys since they've been here, and we believe that they need a fair shake. That's why we're here.
And what's your name?
I'm James Motley, Chief Shop Steward. Local 10-1, Chapter, Fine Arts Museum.
No peace! No justice! No